I used to work crazy hours in my 9 to 5 job. I used to work as a forklift driver, and I wanted to transition to being a full-time online entrepreneur. And through going through this process, I learned about the subconscious mind and mindset, and I was able to shift my mindset into being more of an entrepreneur rather than an employee. And it's interesting, a lot of us want to achieve success consciously. Now, I think a part of our conscious needs to know how we achieve something, but most of our success should be achieved subconsciously. Let me explain what I mean by that. So right now I got this Alpro almond milk. Okay, so it's actually sugar free right there. I tend not to consume sugar. If you're an entrepreneur, try and stay away from sugar. It gives you more focus. You get more stuff done. You can become more productive, by the way. And I got my protein shake. I made a protein shake. There's protein powder and this milk. All right. And so I make this pretty much every morning. And I can tell like how much milk I need. Like I can tell how much milk is left in here to pour in here automatically. And what I mean by that is I can just pick up the carton out of the fridge, and then I'll know if there's not enough milk or there is enough milk within this carton to fill it up to where I need to fill it up to. I got a marking, there's a marking on here somewhere. I don't know if you can see that, it's a little dot right there. So I need to fill it to that particular mark. And I can tell if there's enough milk in here to fill it to that mark. And how can I do that? Just by feeling the weight. Just the weight of this, I can feel if there's enough in here to fill this cup to the marking. All right. How does my mind know how to do that? Your mind is extremely powerful. It's a powerful calculator. You know, some of us might be bad at maths. I tend to see myself as bad at maths as something that I need to shift within my subconscious mind. But when I look at it this way, I can tell that my mind is extremely intelligent, and it calculates how much is in here and will it actually lead to me filling this flask, jar, whatever it's called, to the marking that's marked on there. So I say all of that just to say this, that your subconscious mind is extremely powerful, and you can program it in such a way where it creates success for you automatically. You want to train your brain to move from an employee mindset to a successful entrepreneur's mindset. Hey bosses, my name's Gavin, and I help people change their brain so they can grow their income and their impact. I've been lucky enough to shift people's mindsets to help people go on to make 6 and 7 figures in their businesses. I've helped people overcome procrastination, resistance, moving from an employee mindset to a entrepreneurial mindset, and become that person that creates the success that they want in their lives. And if you would like to become my next success story, then click the link in the description to get my free training on how to train your brain so you can grow your income and your impact. So in this video, I want to give you 3 mindset shifts to shift from an employee mindset to a more entrepreneurial mindset. Now, I used to work as a forklift driver, and I used to work, 10 hours a day, 8 hours a day. And it was a struggle. It was hard work. It was physical labor. I'll be all excited at work, thinking about how my life's going to change. And I'll think about all the things I'm going to do when I get home. By the time I got home, I was just really tired, and I didn't really feel like doing those things. And so I would fall asleep, and then I would wake up the next day and, go to the gym, work out, and then, go back to work. And, it was just like a cycle that I was stuck in. And I wanted to basically become an online entrepreneur. I wanted to help people, and I didn't quite know exactly how to do that. I didn't have any mentorship at the time, and I was in the dark. And so it wasn't until I hired a coach and a mentor accelerated my results, accelerated my success. So I invested $500 into a coach, and within 2 weeks of hiring this particular coach, I made $2,000. It was the most money I had ever made in my online business ever. So I understand exactly what it's like to, want to achieve something, but yet there's a part of you holding you back. You don't feel like you're the action taker that you need to be. Maybe you're comparing yourself to other entrepreneurs and you haven't found your groove yet on what works for you. And you're trying all of these different things. You're buying course after course, product after product, trying to figure out how to succeed and how to take your business to the next level. Maybe there's even a part of you that's afraid to start. You're afraid to lose your job, or you're afraid that you know, an entrepreneur life, there's a lack of security. And we're going to be talking a little bit more about that right now. So the first mindset that I want to share with you is that in a 9-to-5 job, in a career, you have a ton of accountability, meaning you get out of bed in the morning because you know you need to be on time. You know, you have to get to work, you have to do well at work, you have to perform in a certain way because you have accountability saying that if you don't fulfill these particular activities, these particular roles, then you may end up getting a disciplinary or, getting the sack and being fired, right? And so you have to meet certain targets. Those targets are laid out for you. If you're late too much, if you're not attending work, if you call in sick too much, all of these different things are going to stop you from having that particular job. So there's a lot of fear-based accountability motivating you to go ahead and do these things and get the job, unless you really genuinely like your job. Maybe you're getting out of bed because you love the job, even though there's still that negative accountability, because again, if you're late and all of these things, it can cause problems with your boss, and you have to face the confrontation and explain yourself and tell a story or tell a lie, right? And so there's all of these things that are governing our behavior when it comes to having a 9-to-5 job. When you're an entrepreneur, there is no accountability. You have to hold yourself accountable. You have to find the motivation to get yourself out of bed. You have to find the motivation for you to get stuff done. It's not the same. And for a lot of people, there's a lot of resistance. They can't find that meaning to get stuff done. They can't find that meaning to be productive and be consistent. And they try things for a little while. When they meet a little bit of a roadblock, they stop, they give up. I'll leave it until tomorrow. There's no accountability there. There's no pressure. There's no deadlines. And so it's a totally different mindset. And so you have to begin to create that for yourself and shift certain values, because a lot of us, if you're working a 9-to-5 job your whole life, you have this sense of security within your mind. You have this sense of knowing that, hey, I'm going to get paid at the end of the month. And that you have a job and you feel secure in that job, and you know what you're doing. Whereas entrepreneur, you don't know what you're doing. You're still figuring stuff out. You're having to grow. You don't know where your paycheck's coming from. All right. And so you have to figure all that stuff out. So there's a lack of security there. Okay. And so all of these things are hindering your success. And so what you need to do is embody the identity and reprogram your subconscious mind to know that freedom requires a lack of security. If you want more freedom, you want to work your own hours, you want to be your own boss, it requires a different mindset. It requires for you to realize that there is no security. You create it through taking action and building something and creating infrastructure or creating a business that's sustainable, consistent, and that you can grow over time. And again, that doesn't happen through wishful thinking and hoping. It happens through putting your line in the sand and saying, hey, I'm committed to being an entrepreneur mindset. I'm shifting away from this old mindset that needs security, that needs all of this stuff, accountability, and I'm going to be accountable to myself, and I don't need security. I create my own security. I create my own financial abundance. And as you begin to think more like that and step into that energy, you'll be able to attract and bring those things and opportunities into your life. The second mindset that I want to bring to you kind of ties into number one, and that's understanding that the reward that you are seeking is sometimes way in the future. Most people, they want to start a business because they want to make more money, they want to help more people, they want to have more freedom. All right. And usually as well, they wanted to do it for their family. They want to spend time with their family and things like this, more time. And so having time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom is very important for a lot of people. And so the reward that you're seeking is well in the future. That, it's something that you have to work for, you have to create. And so there's no reward in the process of creating that. And so there's a big gap in your mind between achieving something and accomplishing something and where you are right now. And so that can create a lot of resistance and a lot of procrastination. And so it's very important for you to feel a sense of reward in the process of creating the outcome that you want, rather than saying, hey, when I achieve this outcome, then I can feel a sense of accomplishment. When I achieve this particular goal of making the money, having the success, when I achieve that lifestyle, then I can feel a sense of reward. Most people, what they do is they hustle, they grind, and they're trying to go through this process, and it's really hard, it's really difficult, and they're not rewarding themselves. They don't feel that sense of reward along the journey towards success. We have a neurotransmitter in the brain called dopamine, and that's what keeps us addicted to the mobile phone device, social media, sugar addictions, like I spoke about earlier with the almond milk, right? That's why I don't drink almond milk with sugar. And so we have all these addictions to pornography and the television and all of these things, right? And so we have to use that against ourselves and become addicted to the process of creating the outcome that we want. And so when you have your to-do list, when you finish making a video, like when I finish making this video, I'll probably be like, yes, like it feels good that I'm now helping people. I'm reminding my mind that I'm making progress towards achieving my goals. And I feel that sense of reward and gratitude that I get to do this, that I'm creating this. And the internet, we have books, we have, all of these tools and resources. And so I remind myself every day that, if I have a productive day, if I get stuff done, I need to reward myself for that and chill out and relax at the end of my day. And so that gives my mind a sense of dopamine release. And that makes me more addicted to the process of taking action rather than becoming this, vision, trying to create this vision without having that sense of reward. I can tell you it's a big difference when you can shift your subconscious mind to become addicted to the process rather than becoming addicted to trying to achieve, some distant outcome. Because when you get there, this outcome that you're wanting to achieve, I can tell you, it only lasts a week or a month. You're like, yeah, I achieved it, woo, and then you get used to it. If you enjoy what you do, if you're passionate about what you do, and it's purposeful and it's meaningful, and you're getting that reward from it, and you're getting that dopamine release, and you're becoming addicted to the process, now you want to work more than the next guy. Now you want to, you want to get stuff done. You're a different person in that mode, and in that mode, you can create much more success much quicker. And so that's the second shift, is understanding that you need to understand how your brain works so you can reward yourself along the journey to success and create that dopamine addiction towards creating what it is that you want. The third tip that I want to give you here is you want to create huge levels of certainty. Now, different books talk about this in different ways. Different teachers talk about this in different ways. I use the word certainty because Tony Robbins used the word certainty. In the book Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill uses the word faith. In other books like The Biology of Belief, they use the word belief, right? When you believe in something, when you have a strong faith around something, when you have certainty, incredible, crazy, like you're a little bit insane levels of confidence or certainty, that energy, that conviction cuts through. If you believe in the law of attraction, you are now sort of telling the universe, this is what I want. Or if you believe in law of attraction on a scientific level, you're convincing your reticular activating system to filter out more of this particular outcome that you want. So when you become certain about your outcome, the dream, the goal that you want to create, things happen in a particular way. And the people that you're working with, or if you're, talking to someone online via messaging or DM or whatever it is, or you go to a networking event, or even just making a video, all right, your sense of certainty, your sense of conviction cuts through. So you're now perceived in a different way, and that leads to different outcomes. So creating that sense of belief and certainty within inside of yourself, having that sense of faith, ridiculous, insane levels of faith, where you feel like it's impossible, it's inevitable for you to achieve what you want. When you get to that level of certainty, then you are taking a different form of action. You're taking action based on abundance rather than based on lack. Oh, I hope I'll achieve this goal. Or I wish this would happen for me. Or I hope I figure this out one day. No, I have figured this out. It will happen. It is happening. I'm being it, right? and I've already achieved it. You know, when you're in that kind of mindset, you break through the crowd. You break through your old self that procrastinates, that has resistance, has the employee mindset, and you're focused on the goals that you want to achieve in your life. Now, the 3 tips that I just gave you obviously are easier said than done. And if you would like support and you would like help on moving and transitioning from an employee way of being, of an employee mindset to a more entrepreneurial mindset, and you want to do that instantaneously by reprogramming the subconscious mind and upgrading your identity, where you just naturally feel like an entrepreneur, where you just naturally feel like taking action, where you naturally feel like holding yourself accountable, where you naturally feel like you're addicted to the process, where you naturally have that sense of certainty and you're just crazy taking action and you want to make it happen, then go ahead and get my free training. The link will be in the description on how to change your brain so you can grow your income and your impact. Your mindset, the way your mind is set, has a huge influence around how much success you can create in your life and in your business. So go ahead and click the link in the description and check this video to learn the difference between a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. And remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.